not joking. All my guys, them know me.
Guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa Otsi, and if you're new on this channel, please like this video. Or don't you like this pretty face that is looking at you? Don't you like it? Guys, please subscribe to my channel, okay? That bell beside it, make sure to click it so that whenever I post, you will be the very first to find out. Okay, guys, so this video is more like a chit chat. I'm just going to be talking to you guys about changing career, like how I moved from being a carer to being an HR. But before I start, guys, have a look at this hair. This hair is so cute. Like, it is so cute, made by the very best Mesidu on Instagram. She can come meet you anywhere you are. You know, there are so many stylists in this UK, but how many of them can actually give you that Nigerian vibe? You can go through her page on Instagram and see how beautiful works. She can come meet you wherever you are. Trust me, she will come and meet you there and give you the very best. You guys know I don't recommend rubbish, and trust me, this is not a paid ad. I always tell you guys, let you guys know if it's a paid ad or not. This is not a paid ad. It's just like she was just so professional. She came on time. She made my hair so fast because I don't like sitting for so long, and you know, everything. She was just calm, you know, telling me, oh, Melissa, is it hurting you? Are you all right? Is it okay? I think she was just making sure, like, she gives me the best. I'm like, no, girl, I'm going to talk about you on my channel. People need to know about you. You are so professional. Check her out. Let her give you the best and the best of braids in this country. Okay, now guys, if you've been following me for a very long time, you know that I've worked as a carer for a long time, literally, and trust me, it's very beautiful being a carer. Like, it's so beautiful, supporting people that are vulnerable, being there for them. And sometimes you get so much love from these people. They're just like, oh, thank you. They are so grateful that you're there for them, even though not all, but majority of them are usually like so grateful. Their families are so grateful. And sometimes if you're lucky and like you're with the right company, you will enjoy your job. You will, because you won't have to work under pressure. As long as you know what you're doing, you know, it's very satisfactory, to be honest. And at the end of the day, when you go home, you feel like, oh, I've really made a difference in the life of someone. I've supported someone. I've made someone to live independently. Because of me, somebody smiled today. Because of me, somebody achieved their daily goals. Trust me, the way our daily goals is to achieve so much. Some people, their daily goals is just to be able to go out and see places, to go to KFC. They want to feel like normal people, and because you're there for them, because you've been able to take them out in a community, they are so happy, they're so proud of themselves. I did this, I did that, you know, things like that. So it's really beautiful being a carer. I became a carer because I wanted to do nursing, right? I wanted to be a nurse, literally. From Nigeria, that has always been the dream, nursing and stuff. But after, you know, some years of working in care, I said that is really not for me, and that's my own personal decision, right? There are so many people that came us and they're like, oh my god, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I love this job, right? This is what I want to do. I love it, and they just explore how to grow. Why some persons just remain care assistants or support workers for years upon years, and if you go to what, they probably tell you, I've been on this job for 20 years, 25 years, with so much joy and satisfaction on their faces. That is because that is what they want to do, and they are happy doing it. They are satisfied, which is okay. But for me, it was just too much at some point. I've made so many content on this, so you might want to check them out. I just got really tired of everything. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to be more. I know I am smart. I know I'm a very smart person. I know I'm intelligent. I know that for sure. I'm like, I want to do something else. Because one thing about being a carer is that you're doing the same thing over and over again, following their care plan. Every day you're doing the same thing. You're not, I feel like I'm not mentally challenged. I don't apply my intelligence in anything. I'm just there. Anything I want to do, I'll run, I check care plan. Okay, care plan said, this is how you bait this person. And that is it. Nothing. It was not just challenging me mentally. And I'm like, no, I want something more challenging. So the first thing I did, you guys know my history, my story. Go back and check if you're okay. I've said a lot about this carer, my job, the things I faced at work, I have. So I don't think I want to dwell on that on this content, but rather I want to tell you guys how I managed to switch. So I got tired and I resigned from my job. Something actually made me resign, which I'm going to talk about in future, because I don't think this is the best time to talk about it. But I owe you people that gist, okay? It was very huge, but I resigned and I decided that I want to do something else. And it was between being a mental health nurse and HR. I don't even know how HR came about. I just suddenly grew interest, especially when my manager would say ring HR for this, and like I have an issue, and manager will say, oh, you have to contact HR. I started liking HR from that angle, like, wow, so people will contact me for advice, people will contact me for this, I'll be able to manage these people on board, especially when I get a new job and HR message emails me, asks me for my right to work, all those in onboarding and everything. I really liked that, and I'm like, I think I really want to do this. And I also felt like this is something I can actually do. I was like, wow, I think this is good, this is nice, I think you can do it. And then I was on somebody's live, Faith Journey, you guys know her, my girl. I was on a live and she was just talking about HR, and talking about CIPD, so many stuff. I think that was my first time of even hearing CIPD. Yeah. And I'm like, what is CIPD? So I rang her and we just talked briefly about it. And then an old schoolmate, she was my senior, and I asked her what she does. We're just talking and she was like, oh, she's an HR. Like, wow, finally, I've gotten someone that's an HR. Please, I want to be an HR. How do I go about it? Oh my gosh, she was so helpful. To this point, she's still very helpful. So she told me, why don't you just start your CIPD course? What is CIPD? How do I go about it? And then I'll just end up in my level 2. And then she told me everything about CIPD. And I browsed, different institutions that offer the course. And I was like, okay, let me just follow your own. At least you've gone through them and you had a good experience with these people. At least let me just go with them in case I have any issue. I know you're there for me. So I decided to start my CIPD journey with Avado. I know people have been asking me in my emails. It's just that it's been so much, and I'm like, I can't be replying everybody one. Let me just make a content. People have been asking me, oh, Melissa, what institution are you using? I'm currently studying HRO in uni. How do I get a job? So many things. And I'm like, let me just make a video about it, right? She advised me to do a level 5 instead of level 3. You guys remember in my vlogs, I always talk about it. If you're not mentally prepared for level 5, no go there. Before I made this video, I was busy with my assignment. I have to submit. So it's level 5 is very tasky. It has 7 modules. Depends on you if it's HR you want to do or L&D, right? So me, I'm doing the associate diploma in people management, right? It has 7 modules, and each module, oh my god, is crazy. It's like writing project work with word count, your reference, your appendix. You have to be very detailed. There's a grading grid. If you fail, if you don't meet up, you fail. You have to write. You have opportunity to write it 3 times, like write each module 3 times, if that makes sense. So I started with Avado, and you're still there. I think this is my 5th month in. It's an 11-month program. So in case you want to do your CIPD level 5 or level 3, then I think you should go with Avado. I recommend them. They are really good. Not like they're not going to teach you like foundation, no. Like for example, during my lecture, she will just be going through everything on superficial, on the surface. Don't expect anybody to come and start breaking it down for you. No, it's more of self-reading, self-learning. That's why it is level 5. So that's why I keep saying, if you know you're not that, you don't catch up fast, then just go for level 3. But if you catch up really fast, go for level 5. Level 5 will pave way for you. Because if you do level 3, you still have to do level 5 in future. So that was the first thing that I did, which of course I'm still doing anyway. And then it was now time for the job part. Now, the good thing is when you're doing your CIPD level 5, you can easily contact them and ask them to give you opportunity to volunteer. So I contacted them for the opportunity to volunteer, and I was able to volunteer like few hours. So that's what you need to do, maybe like few hours. If you like, you can do the entire week depending on you, but there's an opportunity for you to volunteer. That's because if you go to much job, there is nobody that is willing to accept you without experience and then knowing your background. And mind you guys, I also have a customer service background, not just care job. So yeah, I have customer service background, but I needed HR background, if that makes sense. So I had the opportunity to volunteer, which of course, hey, if you see my CV, one thing you need to do is that any job you're applying for, go through the requirements or the require of you, the job role, and put it on your CV. Because I got lots and lots of, unfortunately, like nobody was looking at my CV, and I'm like, what exactly is going, what is wrong with my CV? Because what you want to do on your CV, any career you're going to, make sure it's that career that is in your CV. For instance, you want to be a business analyst, you don't expect to put your care assistant job on your CV and get called. Nobody's gonna call you. Rather, if there's any transferable skill that you know you can put, but don't come and be putting personal care in line with people's care plan and you're applying for a business analyst role. Nobody will answer you. Do you get? So that was exactly what I did. I did a lot of self-learning. YouTube was so helpful. I was watching lots and lots and lots of videos. How do I do this? How to do this? How to do that? Lots and lots of self-learning, which of course you just have to. You don't even have a choice. That's it. Like if you're switching career, and it's so mentally draining because you get lots of, unfortunately, so many. It was even when I worked on my CV that I got my first interview. My first interview was so fun. And each interview, they will quiz you. Like the job I'm currently on, they told me that my interview will last for 3 hours. When I heard it, I said, Jesus, 3 hours interview. What do you people want me to do at this point? But luckily, it was like 2 hours, 30 minutes, and the interview was so good. Like it was so good. I didn't even want it to end. It was fun, very fun. It was group interviews. So it was sweet. One thing about HR interviews, that people will quiz you. My first interview, they brought out different emails and asked me to prioritize which one will I respond to first and why. They brought out up to 10 emails. It's not ascending, I'll be descending order. Please, you guys should help me with English. Sure, you understand what I'm saying. List it out how you apply. Like you have just few minutes to respond to these people's email. How would you respond to them? You know, and why prioritize? You just want to see how much you can prioritize. How do you know how to prioritize? So that was it. I say, hey, I don't die. What is this? So I started. I did. That was the practical part of the interview. There's always like a practical part, and then the one-to-one. So there's always a task for you to do, literally. Some might be Excel tasks, might be Microsoft tasks. Like me, the first interview I did was my task was email, drafting emails, and why. So it was so many. Somebody was requesting for DBS check, someone was requesting for reference, somebody wanted to leave, somebody had the interview or was late. Just be like, you have few minutes. How would you prioritize this email? And CIPD really helped me because then I already knew about the employment life cycle. So I was able to talk about the different life cycle. Like, you know, I just share. Let me not bore you guys with that. That was it. And then the one-to-one interview, oh my God, they would drill you. Tell me a time you did this. Can you describe when you did that? Tell me a time you resolved the dispute. Tell me a time you resolved the dispute with your manager and this. Tell me a time you saved the company. Tell me a time you supported your teammates. Tell me a time you were able to work under pressure. You know, and you know, when you're saying these things, you'll be using HRO examples. Do you understand? HRO work experience, that's what you'll be using. It has to be an HRO related example. Do you get? So if it's not something you've done in your life, it's gonna be hard. Interview will humble you. So I did my best, but unfortunately I did not get the job. And when I asked for feedback, they said because most of my examples, which I'm exactly what I mentioned, were based on customer service instead of HR. I did not get the job. And it's so competitive. For instance, go on LinkedIn and want to apply for a job. You will see one hour ago, 60 applicants. And they literally need just one person. The job market is tough. I was so down. I was like, will I ever get this job? Most times from the telephone interview, they've saved me out. They don't want to book me for it. They don't want to give me an opportunity to prove myself because they're not satisfied with what I told them on the phone. So that's how bad it can be. That's how bad it can be. And you're like, help my life. Now, entry level, I did ask for. You guys, I am not asking you people to give me a HR advisor role. I am not asking people to give me manager role. I'm not applying. I'm asking you guys to give me business partner role. I'm just begging you people to please give me entry role into HR role. Why you are treating me like this? See the way I'm laughing. Do you know that when you want to change career, at some point you don't want to eat anything, you don't want to cook. You're depressed. I won't use the word depression. I think I was close to there, and that was where I had to run to God. I realized that I could not do it alone. I needed God. Like I needed to be faithful. I needed God. And I ran to God, though. I cried to him, please, I need to break away. I need something. I want to do this. Help me. Just find a way. Just help me. I don't know. Help me. Because you know, one thing about being in care is that it ties you down so much. I'm not judging anybody, but most mothers, that's literally what we can do, because most times it's flexible. We can work around you. You can decide to do only night. Like me, I was doing only night shift twice a week, so I had time for my kids. I was able to teach my kids all the time, take them out. Like I was able to do a lot of things, but I realized that my situation will never change. I am a mom, and I will be a mom forever. Even when they turn 5, 6, 7, they will still need to go to school, and they will still need to go for extracurriculum activities. They still need to do other things. It would, if you see, if I'm looking for excuse, I don't want to use. If you are looking for excuse, I don't want to judge anybody. But I'm talking to myself. If I'm looking for excuses why I shouldn't do this, there will always be excuses and reasons why I shouldn't. So that is the main reason why I made up my mind that I was gonna do it. And now, even though now it's suffocating me, my next vlog is gonna be like a day in my life, what I've been doing, how I do it. In my next content, I'm going to talk about it and also vlog for you guys, right? I think this video is gonna be so long. Someone asked me, she's in uni studying HRO, how would she do it? For instance, there are some schools that are CIPD qualified. If you do your masters in HRO, you don't need to do CIPD. I think Bradford University, Aston University, and so many other schools. So the first thing you probably need to do, if your school is not accredited, is to maybe try the graduate program. There are some companies that accept HRO graduates. They are ready to groom you. You can choose to do apprenticeship. Me, I don't like apprenticeship. The money is too small. Sometimes they tie you down for so long. Apprenticeship, they require you to work 5 days a week. It's so serious. It feels like you're training. But volunteer is when you you show out, and you know what you want. As long as you're getting that thing you know that you want. So that's like the first thing you need to do. And like I said, your CV just needs to be on point. Like if you see my CV, you'll say, who is this girl? Your CV just needs to be on point, believe me. And so that just it literally. And guys, if you choose to school with Avado, you can get £100 off if you use my name. My official name is Nkem OT. So if you use my name Nkem OT, maybe when you give them your first call that Nkem OT referred me, they will give you £100 off. It's something. £100 is big. I got £100 off because I mentioned my friend's name. So if you mention my name, they'll check if I'm actually a student with them, and then you get not Melissa Otio. Nobody knows me as Melissa Oti officially. My official name is Nkem Oti. It's here. So if you use Nkem Oti, you're going to get £100 off, which is huge if you ask me. So I want to end the video by saying that in the UK, everything is possible. And that is what I love about this civilized country. As I'm an HR now, if I decide that I don't want to be an HR anymore, and this is what I want to be, I can do it. Like, I can literally become it. That's one thing about being in the UK. It just gives you opportunity, especially if you're the type that is not ready to limit yourself. The UK gives you opportunity to do so many things, to become literally whatever you want to become. It's as if like your future is just lying on your hands if you choose not to limit yourself. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy. Nothing is easy, but I mean, compared to some countries that you can't. Like that can't is there. You'll not be swimming inside water. You'll be drowning inside the water, but it's like survival of the fittest. You're trying so hard. But yeah, it just one certificate. Like I'm not CIPD qualified yet. I'm still doing my CIPD and see what it has taken me to. Don't limit yourself. I know it's easier said than done, but try not to limit yourself. Except it is something you really want to do, then do it for forever. But don't be in that situation because you feel like you can't be more. You can actually be more. Now, another way you can also break into HR, if you feel like you don't want to volunteer, is having someone to coach you, like someone that will guide you through every single step, like coach you, help you with your CV, groom you up on different HR roles, what to do at each time, just groom you, and at some point even be able to offer you a reference too. So that's also an option. You may want to explore that coaching system, but of course you guys know that one is not free. Yeah, so it's also a very, very good option. So yeah, guys, it's just doable. At the end of the day, it's doable, and I'm really glad I'm here. In my next content, I'm going to discuss my new role and everything, day in my life kind of a thing. It's been a struggle, but I'm glad that I am a fast learner. And so the way I learn is I learn by writing. So There are some people in my team that are new like me, and they learn by just listening. Like they don't write, they don't even have jota. These people, like their brain, I can't even understand it. It's even recently that I realized that Asians are very intelligent. I didn't know these guys are very, very intelligent. Like some of my colleagues are Pakistans, but they are so smart. Like they learn everything. They just keep learning. Like they're so smart, fast learners. But me, I think it's easy, and most times I write. So, for instance, if this is how a task needs to be done, I write step one, do this, step two, press Ctrl C, step three, like this. That's how I learn. And once I go through it on my book, that is it. I just write. I write a lot. I don't rely on my brain. I rely on my book more. Therefore, my book, I will not take it gently and quietly into my brain. So it's been good. It's stressful because when I go to work, my eyes are just on my system till my break, and my eyes are back to my system. Like, and we use two systems, one desktop and one laptop. Two big screens to work literally, so you can imagine how task it is. But I'm enjoying it. It's challenging me. I love it. Like I love the challenge. I know it's still a new job. They shock me, but I love how exciting it is to be learning these things. I love how it challenges me. How I try to meet up with my task, my daily task. I just really, really like it. You're using your head, your brain. Like you're questioning your brain. Like it's just really, really cool. And like I said, my role is the entry role, and it can only just get better from here. Like I'm so excited for what God has in store for me, and I really, really cannot wait to just uncover everything and just get to where I really want to be in life. But for now, I'm so glad I'm in. And one thing about this country is that once you're in, you're in. You cannot just try climbing and climbing and climbing. So I'm just grateful, really. I'm really grateful. At the end of the day, I'm proud of myself. I thank God for everything, but yeah, I'm incredibly proud of myself because I did it, guys. It's not easy. But I'm really proud of myself. So guys, thank you for watching. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comment section. And yeah, I'm gonna see you all in my next one. For now, bye guys.